Hello, everyone just joining. Well, the battery's not going to stay. I guess it's just going to dangle. That was an open door. Oh, good. Family move. I can turn this. Just casually watching Momentous Reaction because I lost my brain cells. Cool! That's certainly a video I'm proud of. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. All right. Oh, that's the camera. Okay, that was dumb of me. That's okay. Oh, God. Hello to everyone just joining. I might lower this a little bit. Am I still standing in the esplanade because I don't have a reservation? I don't have a magic key. That's the problem. We're in the esplanade for the same reason that most of my streams are usually at Mickey and Friends. I just watched Fantasy in the Sky New Year's Eve 2014-2015. Nice. What are we going to see? Well, we're just chatting, but maybe mix magic in about, I don't know, how long? About 2 hours? We'll see if we last that long. We'll see. People said they wanted to stream just chatting, so that's what this is going to be. And if we last the full 2 hours, then we do. And if we don't, then, oh well, it's mixed magic. No one's really complaining. Mixed magic worst show. Yeah, you don't have to convince me. Do I think the Fantasmic update's bad? I mean, look, it's nice that it got an update. I know it was a little long in the tooth by the time the parks closed, but personally, it's not my thing. I was hoping for more performers. I was hoping that they wouldn't cut down on pyro, and I was hoping for a soundtrack update, but. Why'd they cut the pyro last night? Probably because of wind. That's generally what it is. Do you think they didn't want to spend the money? On Fantasmic, definitely. On the pyro, I think, no, it was just a whim thing. Did they update the soundtrack? No, they didn't. They added that one new segment, and then otherwise it's the same mix from 1998. I mean, I'll give them some credit. At least the new section matches the sound of the old one, which is very hard to do. But don't like the new soundtrack. Some people don't like the new soundtrack. Personally, I really like it, although I do know that it has its detractors. Why don't they have a B mode? They do. It's just with mixed magic. Once the show is in motion, they can't really switch to B mode. There are some shows they can, like, I think Believe, if they decide to switch it to B mode mid-show, I think that's possible, but, and maybe, no, I think with Forever too, but not with Mixed Magic. Or maybe it was just too windy, I don't know. Just came back from Hong Kong, Disneyland on Halloween, and I went to go buy some spinach. You went to Hong Kong? I want to go to Hong Kong. Yeah, they updated Mickey's voice lines. I remember that. There was a big controversy about that because Brett Ewan didn't want to do it because he wanted to respect the old soundtrack, and they did it anyway. I know people don't like the new soundtrack as much. Personally, I like it a lot. Yeah, they're playing the Fantasmic exit music right now that we don't even play anymore. Also, you guys can decide if you want. We can look at the DCA entrance, which has a pretty sign, or we can watch we can just watch the monorail and the train station if you want. It's up to you guys. I don't really have a particular plan. They didn't update Dragon. No, of course they didn't. That would have cost money. It's still the pipe cleaner dragon. Vivian survived. But they couldn't. They would have to redo the stage. I mean, it was closed for 2 years. They easily could have. But I think they spent enough money fixing everything else that was broken. Momentous lost some pyro. Someone told me the other day, I think it might have been on stream, that there was just a pyro shortage. Like, that's just the issue. But I have not looked into that at all, so that might just be not true. I do not know. Should have given Vivian an aesthetic update. They could have given it a new dragon if they wanted. Hooray for Arts and Crafts. I've heard Arts and Crafts dragon before. That's a good one. Your imagination. They didn't use the projections for Fantasmic, they used lasers. That's true, yeah. I mean, lasers are expensive. I don't know what that decision was. There was definitely some money stuff that stopped them. I mean, you know, they did, from what I've heard, they did actually, someone reached out to me and said they did update the fountains. They just didn't do them the World of Color way, but they did, like, update them somewhat. And they looking back, they do look a little bit brighter, but I think it's the same, it's pretty much the same technology. It's not the like movable fountains that World of Color or Fantasmic here has. Went just on the 30th October for the 5th time, and I think, yeah. Multiple people have said that Momentous lost pyro, so I'm not discounting that. Should have had more pyro like the Momentous finale. I don't think studios. I know Disney Movie Magic was running, but that's the one without pyro. I don't know if Wonderful World of Animation still runs, or if it even runs with pyro. I know Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam is probably dead, for better or for worse. Wonderful World of Animation is still running? Okay. It's going to be a light show based on the Master Electrical Parade video. It's set to be uploaded in a few months, maybe. I doubt. If that's a joke, then okay. And if it's not a joke, I highly doubt that. I think it's coming back in a few months. That I've heard from multiple people who say that it's going to have a summer 2023 run. Studio Wonderful World of Animation with pyro, but it has, like, no pyro in it. I mean, it never had pyro in it. It's always been junk, but... Oh, it's a self-promo. That's nice. Mixed Magic would be better if they added rooftop launches. Absolutely. That's the main issue with it, is that it's... If they supplemented it with an insane amount of pyro, then I would be okay with it. But it being the alternate... I mean, I'll say Mixed Magic has its benefits. The Main Street projections are pretty good. The lasers work well. I honestly think it's the best use of the Mickey shell. It's the best use of that in pretty much any Disneyland fireworks show, just that it's built up to a lot more. It has its benefits, it just has a lot of problems, too. Went to Hong Kong Disneyland after he came back from Hong Kong. Except Linabelle, yeah, she's doing pretty well. People love Linabelle. She's no Gelatoni, because he's my sweet baby boy, but no, she's cute, she's fine. I mean, yeah, I think Mixed Magic would be better if they added rooftop launches. That's my version I did. I think Mixed Magic would have been better if they had done two things. If they had kept the original intro that Paris got with their version of it, and then if they had rooftop launches. It wouldn't be much better, but it would be better. Why doesn't Walt Disney World have the Mickey shell? I don't know. People were mad about that one, though, Shadow. I understand why they didn't. There were a couple things that, like, people were mad about with our new Fantasmic that I get why they didn't do them in Florida. I get why they didn't get the Pirates segment. People were mad about that. And I get why they didn't put Tangled in because they were mad that they killed the original, like, the old IP. I get why they kept it. I don't have any problem with that. It's more just like it's the same. I know a lot of people don't like the 2017 soundtrack. I think it brought the show into the 21st century as it really needed to be. And without it, it's still a great show, but I think that it's aged a little bit still. And I love that piece of music, and I will listen to it for an eternity, but I do think that the 2017 one has a lot of merit and probably should have been implemented. But that's just me. People can disagree with me on that, and I know they do. Mickey Show wouldn't work at Disney World? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's possible. They get blocked by the cow so many people. Yeah, I mean, that's already just an issue with Florida's pyro, but I think they talked about it for Epcot at one point and then just decided against it. Because the Mickey shell is inextricably linked to Reflections of Earth because it's the same technology that allowed them to get the millisecond perfect shell timing. It's that air launch stuff, and that Reflections was the show that was developed for, so I remember hearing somewhere that the Mickey shell was originally developed for Reflections, but it's possible that's not true. Hi, yes, hello. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do- This might get a little shaky for a second while I try to balance the battery. Power's being launched from in front of you and not backstage. I agree. I think that's absolutely a big piece of why Epcot's pyro works. And that's also why Studios' pyro worked back in... Rooftop launches are a very cool and very Disney thing, because not any other theme park that I know of launches fireworks from right in front of your face. For better or for worse. This isn't going to work. I'm just going to have to let the battery dangle. That's fine. I don't like the new vocals and the Dream Dream in the very beginning.
I'm gonna find our gate and sit down again.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I'm drawing a blank right now. But I understand that. I think we stole that from Tokyo, I think, so that's just a them thing. Tokyo's castle looks ugly because of the paint color. I think Florida's looks ugly because of the paint color, personally, but... They're not bringing back Happily. Be very careful what you read on the internet. They are bringing back a show that uses the Happily Ever After theme song. They are not bringing back Happily Ever After as you know it. Keep that in mind. Minutes of the finale celebrate Tokyo Disneyland for something. They have another projection show ready to go. Celebrate isn't coming back, but they have another projection show ready when they decide to pull the trigger on it. It was originally developed for New Fantasyland, then they canceled that because of COVID. It's unknown if they'll just get that one or if they'll do a new one. It's kind of unknown, but the shows aren't dead. Tokyo just doesn't have two pennies to rub together right now because they're broke. Have I seen Believe Sea of Dreams? No, because it has not premiered yet. Cancel my plans for going to... Yeah, be careful. Disneyland Florida's original castle. original castle colors, I think Florida's are fantastic, but the sunburnt castle they did for the 50th is pretty gross. Didn't I see the tech rehearsal? I'm trying to avoid it. I don't want to see the show until, like, it actually premieres, because if there's a show that I want to be amazed by, this is it. Like, this is the one I've waited for. So I'm fine being a little late to the draw on that one. They used the mountain in the show. Mount Prometheus, that's not the first time they did that, but it's pretty cool, like, I'm sure. Bravissimo did that. Love Hong Kong's castle because the shape makes it look super tall. Hong Kong's new castle came out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Yes, I know he means Star Wars, or they mean Star Wars. I don't want to assume your gender. And yeah, I'm fine with it. Guess I'll go back to the peach colors instead of rose gold. I mean, we had the Pepto-Bismol castle for years after the 25th, so I wouldn't be too sure. I think the decorations will come down in March, but I think we're going to have that sunburnt castle for a really long time. One question, am I gay? Yes. I'm going to show when it's Hong Kong. Yeah, that's true. It did come from Hong Kong first. Good evening from Northern California. Where in Northern California? I'm from Northern California originally. Paint job on the castle makes it look smaller. Yeah, I can see that. I know it was definitely originally designed to be a certain paint color because they wanted it to look bigger, so I could definitely see them messing that up. I hated it when I saw it in previews, and then I saw it in person, and I thought it was pretty gross. The, 50th banners kind of save it, but it was pretty cheap. What day is the Christmas Fantasy Parade? It starts on Friday. I will be there. I'm going to try to stream it. That day is going to be pretty packed because I'm trying to do opening of everything. So I think it's going to be a couple... My plans for that day are probably a couple different streams. I'm going to try to stream World of Color. I'm going to try to stream Season of Light. I'm going to try to sleeve... God, I can't talk today. I'm going to try to stream Season of Light. I'm going to try to stream Christmas Fantasy. I might stream Believe. It depends on what seed I get, because I need a high-quality video of it for a project I'm doing, but I might do that on Saturday. We'll see. And then Sunday, I might stream Season of Light again. The song came from Hong Kong. We stole it from Hong Kong. We stole Happily from Hong Kong. It's a Hong Kong song that we rewrote. I mean, Paris did the same, turning Hippity Hoppity Springtime into the reopening theme. It's not something that's rare. I mean, we can talk about it. Believe in Holiday Magic is Remember the Magic. It's the exact same song with a different vocalist and different lyrics. Disney does that a lot, you'll find, if you look closely enough. And there's a lot more instances of that. I mean, how many times have they reused Are You Ready for Halloween from Tokyo from 2006? Or, oh my god, Halloween's been reused about a dozen times. They just reuse stuff all the time. We are original Magic Kingdom. It is true. Shanghai Castle's just big. I like the Shanghai Castle, personally. It's one of the few things about that park I legitimately like. Celebrate the Magic. What about Celebrate the Magic? I love Celebrate the Magic. What are your thoughts on Let's Get Wicked from Hong Kong Disneyland? Remind me which show that is. I'm so sorry. No, Nightmare in the Sky is the fire. Which one is Let's Get Wicked? Is that the stage show? Just clarify in the chat. Just noticed recent projections of the Frozen segment in months. Yeah, they were around the same time. They reuse a lot of... Disney saves money wherever they can, for better or for worse. And sometimes that's sucky, and sometimes that's good. I mean, the Mixed Magic projections are there's a lot just stolen from Disneyland Forever. There's a lot. Stage show at the Lion King. I don't know that one. I know the one on the castle stage I saw, and I thought that was okay. But I haven't seen the one on the Lion King stage. I'll look that up after the stream. I hope you and me make an appearance at World of Color in the direction. I've not been in any Disney shows, but I have been in a couple of parks promotional things accidentally just because I happened to be there the day they were filming. Essentially, other places Lion King every year. Okay. Mixed Magic. Come with parade lights fishing. I don't know what parade's light fishing is, but I like that idea. We all agree Happily Ever After is the best projections, I think it does anyway. Happily does have the... Happily is... I think Illuminations is the best nighttime show of all time, personally. I think Happily Ever After is either... It's very... Happily Ever After is fantastic, is my point. I don't know if it's the best show of all time in my mind, but I wouldn't be mad at anyone who says that it is, because it's fantastic. I mean, I think that show has the best finale of any show in the Disney parks history. With that, we all have the courage to fly. You can fly. You can fly. They just changed that Halloween show. I don't know it. I have to look it up after. I'm sorry. There's people screaming behind me. Happily Ever After is definitely in my top 5. I think Season of Light is still number 2. I think Season of Light, for me, it goes Reflections, Season of Light, Celebrate Tokyo Disneyland, probably then Happily, and then Remembered right after that. That's my top 5, personally. The soundtrack is amazing behind Reflections on Earth. Reflections of Earth is such a special show. No other shows existed like it in the past, and let's face it, no show is going to exist like it again. But it's my favorite for a reason in that it tells a story more than just, do you remember Disney characters? They exist. It has a legitimate theme, storyline, and narrative, and I really appreciate that. I think the pyro is fantastic. The original music is wonderful. Gavin Greenaway's score is perfect. Magic Happens is coming back. Yeah, it is. Hopefully... I don't know. I'm going to try to be there for opening day of that. We'll see what happens, because we don't know when it's actually coming back, because they haven't announced it yet. Disneyland is a Christmas firework show. I love... Believe in Holiday Magic's my number 2 Disneyland show. It goes... For me, Remember Dreams Come True is the best. Like, there's... That show is just perfect. I adore that show with every fiber of my being. That, followed by Believe. Probably followed by... Honestly, Disneyland Forever. It's not my favorite, but it is pretty good. The original Believe is after that, just because that show was really revolutionary and special. Halloween Screams is probably after that. I don't love Screams, personally. I think it's good, but it's not my favorite. Imagine a Fantasy in the Sky after that, and... Fantasy, I don't know. At this point, I'm just ranking them, but... Together Forever I didn't love, and Mixed Magic is god-awful. That's... the other 2. Disneyland fireworks shows are weird to me. They are a little strange, just because our launch site is off to the left so far, and our pyro gets cut most of the time. I was looking too deep into it. I mean, it's out there. You can find the plot. That's the thing that's so great about Illuminations, is that it was a great fireworks show, and also it was this very special piece of art. Part of the reason I love it so much. Magic Kingdom's fireworks shows are better because Magic Kingdom's fireworks shows have no limitations. If they actually... Oh, I forgot about Magical. Magical's definitely high up on that list. Oh, I'm sad I forgot about Magical. That show used to be my favorite back in the day. Grew up with that show. Arlo keeps saying, no, I'm not trying to. I'm sorry. The chat is moving really fast. Hold on. Let's explain the story of Illuminations. If you have another question, just add it back in. I'm sorry. We have an hour and a half to answer questions. It's okay. Like, I'm sorry if I'm not answering. For the time of your life, so live it well. Skip Wicked always has so many people in the queues for the Lion King entrance, and then nearly eventually gets full very fast. I don't doubt that. I need to look into it more. I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of that show, so I need to look into it. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Me and you make an appearance in the Pocahontas segment of World of Color. What? Not that I know of. I like our castle because it's original. People like our... people hate on our castle. I think it's fine. If they put projections on all castles on the sides of that. Yeah, that would be nice. Especially Florida. If you did that in Florida, you'd fix a lot of problems with the fireworks shows. I don't like Disneyland Castle because it's small. It's the original! Arlo doesn't actually... In fact, Arlo doesn't get the joke is actually more funny. I don't understand! I'm sorry, it's late and I'm confused. Fantasmic is back this week. It sure is, in some form. Not So Spooky. My opinions on Not So Spooky have changed since I saw it. I think I like it a lot more now than I did before. And honestly, I think I like it better than Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks. I mean, if nothing else, that Jack Skellington puppet kind of saves it. No World of Frozen. I mean, they knew they weren't going to build a launch site. They knew they were taking it away. That's why they designed Momentous the way it was. Rainbow. Oh, very funny. Minnie's has a lot of pyro, but it doesn't really have a lot of variety. Yes, I get it now, Shadow. Very funny. No, Minnie's has a lot of pyro, and I think it has a better finale. Something like that's put on the search bar. This live stream popped up. Hi, great to meet you. Very nice. Very nice of you to stop by. We're just kind of chatting. If you don't mind me asking, why were you Googling Disneyland Esplanade? That's a very specific thing. DCA Park have the tree there already. Disneyland's a stage backstage. It's ready to go. I saw it on the tram ride in. And the entrance plaza decorations are back there too, the big snowflakes. I saw them on the tram ride over here. I was too slow to get pictures of them, but you're just going to have to trust me on that one, that they're back there. So those will probably go up maybe tomorrow, if not, probably Monday. Or they'll wait till Thursday or something. I don't know. But, like, it'll be here soon. Anyway, back to Minnie's. Minnie's, yeah, has a lot of pyro, but it's like... It's all very... do they not put all the decorations up in one night? Not anymore. They used to. When Animal Kingdom ever get a nighttime show again? I don't know. Certainly not for a bit. I mean, they were supposed to for the 50th, and then they scrapped it. It was in the budget, was a Rivers of Light show, in addition to Kite Tales. Kite Tales was going to happen for the beginning. They just cut the Rivers of Light show entirely because they didn't want to do it. But I think at this point they're just giving up because it's a paint chrome with the on hold spot of social post. That's absolutely fair, Cameron. That's completely legit.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just for a scavenger hunt.
Oh, okay.
You got a good spot.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Hopefully Hong Kong Disneyland will have more expansions due to the failure of Disneyland Paris before. Hong Kong, I think, is going to have issues given the government being mad at them, which I know is a thing, but we'll see what happens. Yes, Shadow, I saw your tweet. I appreciate the clarification. Oh, expectations for all of them, God. New Happily can't be worse than Enchantment. Whatever they do to replace Harmonious, I don't know, but I don't know. They're getting rid of the barges, so that's a plus. Whatever they do, I have hope. I do have hope for World of Color 1. I have hope for Wondrous. And then I'm a little anxious about World of Color 1, but I'm hoping that it'll be good. We know nothing about that Epcot show. That's the only one that's just been, other than the barges are gone and it might have drones, that's all we know. I mean, they do projections on the Tree of Life, and it's honestly better than Rivers of Light, I love the original Rivers of Light, don't get me wrong, but I understand why people didn't like it. People on Twitter are so crazy. Yeah, my advice to anyone who's in the chat who has not joined Twitter, don't, especially Diz Twitter. If you're on Twitter, follow me, but if you're not, don't join. It's pretty bad. Spotlights would help it. Didn't Rivers have spotlights? Why is the government mad at Hong Kong Disneyland? From what I understand, they want Shanghai to be the destination, so they don't want Hong Kong to expand anymore. That's what I've been told, at least. Okay. I'm not the biggest expert on Rivers of Light, personally. I love the show. I love the original. I think the second one was pretty bad. I think that's honestly one of the only shows in the world that's worse than Mixed Magic is Rivers of Light, We Are One. But I don't know. Nighttime round trip on the monorail. I've never done that before, actually. I think the latest I've gotten on the monorail is like 5. If Disneyland ever brings back Magic Keys, I'll do that. To research Disney stuff for a project. Where do you research the stuff for your videos? A lot of Wikipedia articles are pretty good for more well-known stuff, and then lesser-known stuff, you just gotta kind of dig far down enough until you find, like, WDW Magic forums where people talk about it, or whatever, but a lot of like the stuff that I did in like the parade videos where I talked about like what floats appear, what year, and when they get changed out, that's just watching those videos. That's not documented anywhere. But just basic research, honestly, Google's your really best friend with that. Next video essay, it's either going to be, I don't know which one's going to be done first. It's completely dependent on how Thanksgiving goes for my work. But it's either going to be the updated version of the Electrical Parade video or the first episode of Since the World Began, or sorry, not Since the World Began, How the 21st Century Began, which is going to be on Spaceship Earth. It's one of those two. I know I haven't done Happily Ever After. The script is written. I want to wait till it comes back to do that show. That was planned back in May, and I honestly hated the original script I wrote for it, and I just threw it out. And then by the time I got back around to doing it again, they announced that it's coming back, and at this point I'll just wait for it, because I don't want to do that. Happily is a weird one. Videos like Happily are the reason I haven't done a full video on Remember Dreams Come True yet, in the same style that I I mean, yeah, I know I did the Golden Celebration one, but I haven't done a full Remember the Magic on it yet, just because I covered so much of the stuff in the Wishes video. Like, it's going to be a lot of the same, and I don't particularly want to be repeating myself that much, but after a little bit of time, maybe I'll be a little more willing. There's a couple that I need to do that I haven't gotten around to yet. Happily is definitely one of them. When Happily is done, I want to do Enchantment. I want to do Sorcery at some point, Sorcery in the Sky, because that's just an important stepping stone. Shanghai Disneyland is kind of mid, at least. I can go into why I don't like Shanghai Disneyland. Future president of Disney. People say that. I'd love it, personally. I don't know. I say a lot of negative things for people. You miss Main Street Electrical Parade. I'm wearing the jacket. But, yeah, that'll probably be back in the spring. Rumor has it. I think we've got at least one more season, maybe two. For the show, because I hate myself. Same. No, the only reason we're all here is because we're deranged. Or you just want to come hang out with me, which I deeply appreciate. I prefer you as president. Yeah. No, yeah. Hate when people. Oh God, chat's moving fast. Is there anything you like in entertainment besides the new intro? I like the villain segment. The villain segment's fine. I like that it's the soundtrack to Frightfully Fun. I like that it's that mix that they just altered the key. The projections are pretty awful, but I like the music for it. And then the original song in the villain segment's kind of it, honestly. Enchantment's pretty rough. Hong Kong government wanted to. Let's not get into that, because that's a very complicated political issue, but they want Shanghai to be the destination because Shanghai has a higher capacity and more room to expand, and because it's on the mainland. That's where I'm going to leave that argument, just because I don't want to get into Chinese politics right now. That seems like not a subject that seems undivisive, so I'm just going to steer clear of that one. If you had a question in the last 5 minutes that I missed, please just repost it. I'm sorry. Shanghai's hub is massive. Yeah. I think Shanghai's the only one bigger than Tokyo, right? Tokyo with their mega hub. Is Cuphead a ripoff of Mickey Mouse? I'd call it an homage. I think it's... I like the idea of Cuphead a lot, personally. I think it's like a nice little homage to classic animation. Just want them to improve the nightmare that is Main Street projections for the next show at MK. I don't know if when Happily comes back, if it's going to have the projections, because they weren't really well received with Enchantment, but that's possible. How long until showtime? About an hour and 15 minutes. Look, when people said you could wear revealing outfits to Disney World, I had a free shoot. Tokyo Disneyland Main Street is a mall. Yeah. I think that's why they never did it again. It was originally... Oh, Bruno show's happening. That's what the spotlights are. It was originally planned for Paris to have a Main Street. I don't know if the government will demolish Hong Kong Disneyland, because I think they spent so much money on it. But... I make videos in Nighttime Spectaculars, and I do video essays on Disney stuff. Video essays are a lot more work, though, and I have not, as I am a college student, I have not had a ton of time to do them as much recently. But they will be coming back, I swear. I'm sorry. It's been rough. But yeah, Nighttime Spectaculars and video essays, and then this stuff occasionally now that I live here. But yeah, I appreciate you checking out the channel. Do you think they'll ever change Happily Ever After in some form? Yeah, they're doing it. It's not the same show. It's the song, that's staying, we know that. But the show is going to be different. It's not the Happily that 2017 to 2021, that Happily is not coming back as of now. It's possible they might change their minds, but yeah, exactly, Shadow. Why with a different costume? Was that actually a rule or just something people talked about, that like if you showed up in revealing stuff, they'd give you a free shirt? Was that ever real? Why would they change it? It's perfect. I don't know. Why does Enchantment exist? Why does Harmonious? Actually, Harmonious is okay. Monorail sighting number 2, yeah. I think so. Just because Enchantment is just bad. No, I think the reason is they don't turn them on until halfway through the show. If the projections on Main Street started with the show, I think they'd be a lot better received. But they don't start them until two-thirds of the way through the show. They don't start them until the Seoul segment. I don't know. I mean, Shanghai's 5th was okay. I don't think... new shows... With new shows, can you do what you did with Momentous and react to it live? Yes, in theory. I need to figure out some things because I want to get some new life on the channel. But in theory, that's a yes. I might see if I can get one of my friends from down here to do the Believe reaction with me. So they don't feel on the roller show. No, they're not. It's very... Unlike Happily, where the projections were part of the show, they launched fireworks in time with those projections to make it look right. Enchantment doesn't do that. Can you sure you're getting a forward Jedi training area in 200 campus? D23 didn't give any information about that. I don't know what they're going to do with that, the rest of that expansion plot. I know they're not doing what they originally planned, but I don't know what the plan is now. I'd be upset. I wouldn't be upset with a copy of Illuminated Studios. That's not a bad idea. Wouldn't be good, but it wouldn't make me mad. Okay. I don't remember what that's in reference to. I'm sorry. It's late, and I've been up since very early working on homework assignments. Yes, sorry, thank you. Yeah, Illuminated Studios wouldn't be a bad idea. Some libraries use rooftop launches in their shows other than the Star Wars show. That's not really true. The Star Wars show is, they only use them in the Star Wars show. That's the thing. But Disneyland Forever uses them a lot, and Remember used them a lot, and Believe uses them a ton. Disneyland Esplanade music, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, Enchantment tried to make that work since they already have the castle as the beacon of magic, and it kind of builds off that, but it doesn't really work. Magic Kingdom type pyro on rooftops. I don't think we can have that just because of space. Illuminate is basically a projection and light show with fireworks as a garnish. Yeah, kinda. We did not get any announcements about Hong Kong that we didn't already know at D23. It was just Frozen Land is going to be finished. We got a little more information about that, but that was it. If Hong Kong has stuff in store, it did not get announced at Expo. That doesn't mean it's not on the table, because, I mean, for instance, Disneyland's Tomorrowland expansion did not get announced at Expo, but that is very much real. It doesn't mean it's not happening, it just means they aren't ready to talk about it just yet. When is Frozen Land opening? Oh, God. I think next year, or they might have said 2024. I don't remember. Someone Google it and tell me. I don't remember what the answer was. I must be weird right now. No, please, we all do that. I don't know anyone who, anyone who's in this fandom as deep as I am who doesn't hum along. I mean, if they start playing Electrical Parade, if we get to that part of the soundtrack, I'm definitely going to just start dancing. Hong Kong Disneyland's castle. Yeah, because it was built with them. That's the difference. Shanghai's the same way. there's a lot of launch sites on the castle because they knew that they were gonna do a show like that, and they wanted to make that an option. Because I know Paris had a lot of issues retrofitting that in later. Second half of 2023. Okay, thank you. I could see that happening in Magic Kingdom with the fountains. It's a possibility. I mean, now that we're getting them here, we're not... it's unknown if we're actually getting the real fountains here, if we're just getting, like, pretty water features, but I think if another park gets fountains, it's going to be Magic Kingdom. No, they didn't take Electrical Parade out. It was playing about an hour ago, right before I started streaming, so... There's 4 launch sites on it. I thought it's 5 now. Oh, on the castle, you mean? That might be right, that there's only 4. More from the soundtracks. Yeah. When you're in this fandom as deep as some of us are, then you start doing weird things and people give you weird looks for it. It's 5. Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. There goes the monorail with the wrap they can't take off without damaging the paint. Where's the new normal? A quote from someone. There's 7. Seven, all right. Just one little spark of the soundtrack in the last one. Not in this one. There's 4 in the front and 3 on the top. All right, there you go then. All right. Oh God, if Disney really want money, do after hours events, close the park. They already do them. Disney After Hours at Magic Kingdom, I think, is coming back. I don't know if we're gonna get the after hours events here again, but they were really successful. I mean, you couldn't book that Valentine's Day one, Sweethearts Night. I mean, they already do some and they're pretty successful. I don't know if Ops is gonna give them... Star Wars Night was pretty popular too. What were the 3? It was Star Wars, Grad, and Sweethearts? The Nemo song, probably the least favorite tune in the music loop. Fair enough. This one is longer than the others, isn't it? I didn't even think about that. WDW and Disneyland do not have fountains in their castle moats. Everyone else does, but we don't. We might be getting them with the 100th Year of Wonder, because they said we are getting like daytime pretty water feature fountains in our moat, but that we don't know if that means that they're gonna give us like World of Color fountains in it. Last night they stopped firework. Yeah, we were here for that last night. We were watching for Mickey and Friends. Is You Got a Friend in Me also longer? Is there more? Is it more? Is it more? I don't... Hold on. Rag without getting it wet first. It's about 4-ish minutes? Okay. Oh, someone has the jacket I'm wearing over there. Oh, that balloon will actually be a pretty good gauge of if we're going to get fireworks or not. Don't have fountains in the castle. It's weird. Paradise Pier Loop 2010 to 2018 is my favorite music loop. That and Tomorrowland, whatever the most recent Tomorrowland loop is, those 2 are my favorites. Frontierland 2012 is also up there. That one's pretty good. Victorian Paradise Pier. The 2001 loop I like a lot too. The Pixar Pier loop is junk, but I like the original 2 Paradise ones. Either the wind is blowing in a direction that it's very hard to tell, or there's just no wind, and we might get pyro tonight, which will be lucky. Tokyo got the fountains with Celebrate. Tokyo got them in 2018. I don't call it Pixar Pier. I still call it Paradise Pier. MK's Christmas Loop. Is it different than Disneyland's Christmas Loop? I love the Christmas loops too, don't get me wrong, but... Shadow, I'm not going to say that out loud because I do want to work for this company, but... Original Epcot. Oh, that original Epcot entrance loop is pretty good too. I forget about that one. A lot of the Epcot loops are good. The Interventions one is fantastic. Tokyo Disneyland fountain not fit the castle. It just looks weird. I mean, if that's what you think, then don't think that Florida's is going to be any better because it's the same, but... It's true, Enchantment was developed in about 100 days, so... Fireworks are still about an hour away. Yeah. No, we did a fireworks stream last night. People said they wanted just a stream with me hanging out and talking, so that's what this is. Hopefully we'll get fireworks as like a little nice capstone to the evening, but we're here. We're just chatting tonight. I don't have any way to play the soundtrack tonight, so unless they play it in the Esplanade, which I don't know if they do, or it'll just be like a nice little capstone to the evening. One's not a clone of the other. They were developed at the same time. Illuminate and Illumination. Or sorry, not Illuminate. Ignite and Illuminations were developed at the same time. That's why neither one quite looks right for the park it's at, because they were both developed for the other. I mean, is Tokyo's mode any higher than Florida's? No, Hannah's home for the weekend. Hannah's not in town right now. Aw, thank you. You saying that makes my night, Cameron. I really appreciate it. I gotta do Illuminations on FW Sim. Maybe? I need to decide. There's a lot of moving parts when I do a show, and sometimes I'll do a show, and then I'm not able to upload it for one reason or another. I have a version of Believe that's supposed to be able to debut this season, but if I can't get projections of it, then that's not going to happen. And since I have a key, that's hard to... Or since I don't have a key. Disneyland, Paris, and Shanghai. Oh, God. Everything's moving fast. I'm so sorry. Shanghai did. Paris didn't. Paris got them in 2012 with Dreams, I think. And Shanghai had them at opening. FW Sim Firework Simulation, yes. What is the smallest parade route at a theme park? I think it's Hong Kong. Or technically, I think it's Walt Disney Studios Paris, but I don't think that technically exists anymore. I don't think that park has a parade route, so I think it is Hong Kong. The longest is DCA. DCA is the longest in the world. That's why seeing parades on it is always fantastic, because it's the longest parade route in the world, so you have that much more room to get to try to find a spot. Wish Tokyo, like Paris, had their fountains on during the day, at least use them more often. Yeah, I mean, when Tokyo used to do castle stage shows, if they had kept those, I think it would have been cool, but we all know they... I really wish FW Sim had spotlights. Yeah, me too. It would certainly make my life a lot easier. Sorry, but what is For some reason, one of the best angles for World of Color isn't available. One of the best angles for World of Color Season of Light isn't available in the U.S. Oh, like a video of it? What's the second longest parade route? I think Shanghai? Those little things are annoying to use. Yeah, I feel that. Up next, Hooray for Hollywood. Has this version of the Esplanade Loop been released? I'm just curious. Does anyone know the answer to that? Because I do very much like the old one too, but this... I definitely have some feelings attached to this one now. This, like, kind of around COVID and beyond. It's on YouTube? Okay, I'll look that up after the show. Oh, here's another monorail that they can't take the wrap off because it'll peel the paint. So we still have these ugly 90 years of Mickey Mouse monorails. How big is Shanghai Disneyland? Big. It's the biggest castle park. I don't like things with fireworks are annoying. I hope they're put. I don't hate them. I think it's cute, but I wish that it had spotlights. I don't know what the like square footage of Shanghai is. I just know it's the biggest castle park, and it kind of dwarfs everybody else. I think. Oh, this loop has been around since. It's been around since 2017. Really? I did not know that. I did not know it's been around that long. I could have sworn it was later than that, but I honestly trust you more on this. You've shown that you are the #1 Esplanade Music Loop fan, so I'll trust you on that. Business I know. Hollywood Studios fireworks are just interesting. Interesting in that they're bad? Yeah, Nightmare was not fantastic. 3.9 kilometers, 1.5 square miles. There you go. I Googled it, around 200 something. Smaller than Epcot, but bigger than most. I don't see fireworks. They haven't started. So far, I haven't heard any newish. That's fair, yeah. Thanks for being Disney Parks obsessed friends. Yeah. We're out there. I didn't meet any people who were as obsessed with Disney as I am until I moved down here. So, launch site in Hollywood Studios is garbage. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's why they don't use it anymore. That's why they only use the rooftops. Because didn't it, like, keep starting fires? Isn't that why they stopped? I think they tore down the old Hollywood Studios loop, or old Hollywood Studios launch site, because it was in the path of Galaxy's Edge. I thought that's where it was. I thought it was, like, kind of along the backlot tour. They could put it behind Galaxy's Edge. Not really. If you look at that park is pretty boxed in now. Like that's been an issue with Hollywood Studios since they did that expansion. Is that park has no room. I mean, it was famously built to be a half-day park. It was not built to be a full day, and them trying to turn it into that. Can we turn to California Adventure? Absolutely. You can watch DCA as people flow out. Only one can say Luminari. Why is Luminari on that list? No, for me it's Reflections. Reflections is the best fireworks show of all time, and I will stand by that. Again, after that, like I said before, after that it's probably Season of Light. I love this part too. It sits on the edge of the old... Wait, hold on. It sits It's on the edge of the old W. Is it on? No, it's just boxed in by a lot of roadways. And if you look at it on Google Earth, you'll see it's just in this area that's kind of hard to expand from, especially now that they built that stupid Star Wars hotel. You love my YouTube shorts? I have like 3 of them, and they're all pretty much jokes, but I appreciate that. Why did they build studios so close to Epcot? Again, it was a half-day park. They just needed... Michael Eisner realized that if you built a half-day park that had the Disney name attached to it and had a Disney quality level of attractions in it, it would take people away from Universal, and that was the goal. So he knew that all he had to do was build a half-day park, and that's what he did. And it was pretty close to Epcot because that would make it easier to get between the two. If I were to choose between... Oh, that's mean. Oh, that's a very mean one. Over which one I would see, probably Spectro, just because I didn't see it. But if we're deciding one to keep and one to go, that's a very difficult question, and I genuinely don't know the answer. Maybe it would be Spectro just because they have not yet. Well, no, because they have kind of. I hate to say it, they have. Well, they haven't though because they just got rid of the show. But I personally thought Harmonious was fine, so they did an okay enough job at replacing Illuminations where they haven't done a good job or even tried to replace Spectro. I mean, they had Electrical Parade run for 6 years, but then that was on loan from us, and when we asked for it back, they just kind of gave up. Wish Epcot had a holiday show. It used to. Holiday Illuminations. That ran between 88 and 96, I think. On Hollywood Tower Hotel. They do that in Paris. Paris has fireworks shows on the Tower of Terror. They can't do it in Florida because it's too close to Fantasmic, but that's what they do. When Walt Disney Studios Paris does nighttime shows, they're on the Tower of Terror. I think they took out Welcome to Tomorrowland. Hi-Ho was just playing, yeah. Was Welcome to Tomorrowland in the loop at one point? Actually, wait, it was, wasn't it? I'm just being crazy. Yes, whatever the Goofy's Incredible Christmas or whatever the French name is, and there's a Star Wars show they do too. I don't think they've done either of those shows in a while though. So Disneyland Paris came. No, it didn't. They didn't have the fountain technology. The first show that does fountains is Fantasmic in 1992, and they are very primitive. It takes them until 2010 with World of Color to get the fountains they have today. And then I think after that, Paris was the next park to get them in 2012, and then they slowly started making their way around the world, but very slowly. If you had to watch one forever, what would... I mean, at least Mixed Magic is short. World of Color celebrates pretty bad. But like, at least Mixed Magic's short. Would have played between Fortuosity and Hi-Ho. Huh, okay, interesting. I think... Harmonious, I think, is just genuinely a decent show. I don't think there's anything specifically about it that makes it work or not work. I think it's just legitimately a decently put together show that, yeah, has a lot of problems. What do I think of the new Fantasmic billboard? I don't really care, to be completely honest. It's fine. It's such a minor thing. It's not something I'm going to get up in arms about or, like, get super attached to, so... The new show is what I care about, and I don't like the new show, so... Are we in the center of the compass? Yes, we are, actually. Yeah, Electrical Parade is going to play after this, because I remember hearing this when I came in. Oh, is Fantasmic running yet? In 15 minutes, I'll turn the camera back around so you guys can see at least part of Fantasmic. Show yourself. Honestly, show yourself is one of the few things in that new Fantasmic I like. I like that. I like the new Pocahontas thing. I hate that new Aladdin scene. I think it was awful. Just because they only hired 4 people. Because technology wasn't around in the 90s. So. No, yeah, Disneyland Paris did not get those water screens until 2012. Multiple languages, I don't think that's the issue. I think that's fine. I think that's honestly one of the few things that Harmonious has going. My issue with Harmonious is that it bills itself as a exploration of world cultures through Disney music. But it's not, because all the Disney music, with the exception of Moana and I think that might be it. Is it? There's one. I thought there was one more in that. Point is, they're almost entirely written by white people, which is like, you know, if you're trying to represent world cultures, then that's not the best way to do it. Maybe you could represent it with, you know, music written from those actual countries, like Illuminations did. But that's not Disney music, and we need to promote everything Disney, so okay. Encanto just pop up. I thought Encanto was fine. I like the movie. It's good. I'm not like super attached to it though. There's like 6 people in that Aladdin segment. It's Aladdin and 4 guards, and that's it. And that does not compare to that Pocahontas scene. Oh, here we go. Moana. Yeah, Moana was popular. I mean, I like it as a movie, but I don't think it belongs in Animal Kingdom or the Tiki Room or wherever they decided it's going today. Original Illuminations was kind of boring. I absolutely agree with that. I like it as a show, but I don't disagree that people found it boring. It's almost like maybe it was just a bad idea and they should have just kept the thing that worked. Because let's face it, the reason they spent more money on Harmonious than, I think it's still the most expensive nighttime show in history. And it's not successful, evidenced by the fact that they're getting rid of it. It's not making people stay the way the Illuminations did. People are leaving before the show starts, and that's a problem.
Yeah, they're walking. Okay, I don't know. With Rena.
Main Street Electrical Parade theme song, yeah. I don't think Disneyland would work with the theme song, with the fountains, because I think it would take away from the castle. One was standing on the water. Yeah, that was fine. I thought there was more clever stuff they could have done with that, with the fountains, that they didn't do. But, I mean, what we got, I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about that. I'm very happy that show is back after 2.5 years of being gone. But I don't particularly love what they did with it. Oh my god, I'm tired. It's a small world after all. Oh, Christmas Fantasy. Christmas Fantasy is my all-time favorite Disneyland parade, pretty much. I mean, yeah. I put I wish there was a second. Parade of Dreams at number 1 on the ranking list because I think it deserved it, and I think it was incredible. And I also didn't want a seasonal parade to be number 1, but also Christmas Fantasy is legitimately my single favorite Disney, certainly Disneyland parade, probably just all-time favorite Disney parade. What the new is cutting lyrics? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched it enough times, and I don't particularly have any interest to go back and watch it again. Yeah, people were happier about the thing that came back after 2 years of being gone than the 2 brand new nighttime shows. That definitely says a lot. Parade of Dreams or Spectro Magic? Oh, God. I think Spectra was more revolutionary, but as a parade, I adore Parade of Dreams. I mean, just the fact that you can hide a lot less on a daytime parade than you can on a nighttime parade. Spectro was able to do a lot of really cool things that were incredibly revolutionary, but it was able to do that a lot because it was able to be hidden by a nighttime parade. Parade of Dreams was very much new and innovative and was very, very, just impressive, just technically impressive. If they did the Disneyland Comics launch site behind the Magic, you couldn't see them behind the castle. I think that's why they didn't do them. Wishes. I love Believe, and I think it was really revolutionary, and Believe paved the way for Wishes in a way that it would not have happened without it. But, I mean, Wishes was an evolution on what Believe was, and say what you will about Believe and how good it was, there were moments that it showed a little bit of, like, just promotion of the newest thing. Like, the Hellfire scene worked because Hellfire's a great song. There was a lot of Tarzan in that show. There was a lot of Tarzan in that show. A lot of Tarzan, a lot of Hunchback. And it was kind of like, oh, okay, we know what your two newest movies are. But I didn't have a huge problem with that, but Wishes was definitely more timeless. The world ends tomorrow, so it has to be today. Comments during the Moana, I know the way part. They're different, though. They're not the same as the ones Disneyland has. It's a very different... It's basically a firework without an explosion. It's a different thing. That's also true, Timothy. That's also very true. I mean, Disneyland does close the back of their park to do fireworks. Toontown hasn't been open for a year now, or has it even been a year? No, it hasn't. It's just been like 6 months, but that's absolutely true. John.
Okay, want to see something funny? Because my headphones need it. This is not funny. Use now a McDonald's worker. This is what they dress like.
Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Life can be so much more with you. With you. Love is an open door. Which is, oh, Dreamlights. Dreamlights, absolutely. Did add 2 new launch sites. They did, but they're in bad places. Heard a rumor that Disneyland is building a new park. I don't think they're going to do another park this soon. I think that, yes, Shanghai was successful, but I think to a point they regret building it because there was so much they cut in the U.S. to make up for construction costs. Like, I mean, we can talk about how Thanks Shanghai was, the hashtag Thanks Shanghai was a thing that existed, and it wasn't just a scapegoat. Like, there was legitimate, they were taking money out of the U.S. parks to finish that project. Like, that was legit. Okay, Fantasmic or MSEP. Disneyland, Fantasmic, Florida, it's another story. Those comments during Moana scene, they're like, cool, they're, yeah, that's fair. They're originally from Not So Spooky. They're the Queen of Hearts thing. Even though I love Harmonious, I'm pretty sure that even more people who hate Harmonious have to admit that Harmonious hit. Yeah, absolutely. Harmonious had a lot of effort behind it. Was it effort that ended up paying off? No. You can put in as much money and effort into a show as you want. It doesn't mean it's going to be good. Light Magic is a fantastic example of that. Light Magic was this incredibly expensive brainchild of Disney's most creative entertainment Imagineers, and it just didn't mesh with people. You can spend as much as you want on a show. It doesn't mean it's going to be successful. Now, that said, you have to spend money. You can't just spend no money. That's a problem. But, I mean, that's mixed magic. That's just they spent no money on it. But, you know. Dreamlights or Spectro. You think they would have better off using preliminary launch sites and building 2 extra? Yeah, that's what they should have done. People would have liked the 50th a lot more if Enchantment had perimeter launches. That's the one thing that they could have done that happily didn't have. That, yeah, it would have been expensive, but it's your 50th anniversary. You can't really... They did mess it up, and people are mad about it, but... Chapek already has a park. Chapek's park is Shanghai, because he came in enough through that process to be influential on what happened in that project, and you can definitely tell. Why don't they have flamethrowers in Magic Kingdom? Money. Disneyland got 2 launch site upgrades. Disney World only got 1, because Disney World got the big one in 2003, and then they got the lights in 2017. We got a really big one in 2000 and a really big one in 2005 for the 50th. Florida didn't want to spend that money again. Glow at the Show here is absolutely... Magic Band Plus is a piece of garbage. Iger was CEO, but you... That is definitely the Chapek Park, and you can tell. Fire back in Epcot's Lagoon. They can't. They destroyed the Inferno barge.
I got it playing with trash, guys.
Is that true, Timothy? Is that like Epcot Forever or Disneyland? For Disneyland. Probably Disneyland Forever. At least Disneyland Forever was like something new and creative. People rave about Shanghai. I think that park is a dump. I'm going to turn the thing around, by the way, so that you guys can see Fantasmic. But I hope you enjoyed the, 10 minutes or so of California Adventure. We'll just face it that way so you can see part of it. When it comes time for fireworks. Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. I mean, I think Harmonious is a little bit different in that because it wasn't a creative decision. It was the CEO wanted a thing, and it was the only idea of his that was palatable enough that they could do it to basically placate him. But I mean, that's not actually true. It's more complicated than that. Still have someone on the pyro team? Okay. I saw a video on Happily Ever After that. One more fireworks. More fireworks. I think they did that for a special event once. I think that they did I remember seeing something about that years ago. What time is it? About 5 minutes till Fantasmic starts, meaning it'll be about 35 till fireworks, if fireworks happen, which, fingers crossed, they will. There goes the monorail, yeah. Yet again, the monorail that they can't take the ugly wrap off of. Shanghai's yeah. Shanghai's the definition of bigger means more problems. How impressive World of Colors fountains and giant flame. Yeah, the giant flame that hasn't worked in several months, but it's pretty good. I don't give Enchantment enough credit to say it ruined the other two. You're not staying for fireworks? So disappointed. No, I'm kidding. Get some sleep. Oh, that was a major screw up. Leaving them on over during the pandemic was a huge mistake. Bigger park, bigger problems. Yeah, that's true. I don't know enough about Shanghai to do a full video on it, but that's like I couldn't make a full series on Shanghai. I could probably do a video if I wanted to, but I don't know enough about the development. I know about the development of Shanghai, but I've not it's different. I don't know. What Winter Dreams wasn't awful. Winter Dreams 2.0 is the worst World of Color show. Actually, no, I think Celebrate's the worst World of Color show. But I think Winter Dreams is fine. I think Enchantment is pretty rough. I think Rivers of Light We Are One might be the worst of the worst, but it's definitely that, then Enchantment, then Mixed Magic. Yeah, it's true. Flashes from the Fantasmic. I think those are just like, I don't know how to describe them. They're like fireworks without fireworks. It's basically like a burst on the ground. Oh god, I'm missing a lot. Hold on. I agree, the monorails look great without them. Am I going to Disneyland January 27th? Yes. The original looks like, yeah, it's that Buck Rogers design that Bob Gurr intended, and they redid that with the Mark 7s, which I love. I think the Mark 7 is the prettiest the monorails have ever been. So Hong Kong Disneyland. Yeah, Grizzly Gulch and Mystic Manor are two of the best Disney rides in the world, and that's why I say Hong Kong is better than Shanghai. They left the monorail wraps on. The 90 Years of Mickey Mouse decal wraps on the monorail were left on during the pandemic, and then they came back in, oh god, the monorail didn't reopen in April. Whenever they reopened the monorail, which was like, I think July, they discovered when they tried peeling them off that they could not do that without taking the paint. They left them on too long, and they had basically been abandoned for such a long time because the park was closed for a year and a month that they could not take the wraps off without damaging the paint. So now they're just stuck on there until they either get new monorails or do a new paint job, neither of which they want to do. The monorails are in pretty rough condition recently. Like, it's pretty bad. Yeah, that's true. World of Color does have a fountain that reaches higher than the highest World of Color goes is 200 feet, which is 11 feet higher than Cinderella Castle. Was it September? I thought it was, because I came in July and I thought it was open, but I could be wrong about that. Why does Disneyland leave things in the... Yeah. Disneyland's Fantasmic wasn't left out. They stored that better, but... No, because Disney doesn't think things through. That's the reason. You'd think they learned their lesson after Spectro, but evidently they didn't because they left out Fantasmic and the monorail. They're pretty bad. Disney is very capable of doing dumb things, and they've shown that off pretty recently. Yep, there are those ugly Mickey wraps that they can't take off. If you look closely, a couple of them are held together with duct tape because they tore off pieces of them and realized that it was going to damage the paint, so they just fixed it with white duct tape. Yep, that's true, Shadow. Oh, Fantasmic's starting. How tall was Shanghai's castle? Tower's 183. I can buy that. That makes sense. How long? I think the Fun Wheel is pretty tall, too. How tall is Fun Wheel? Does anyone know the answer to that? Shanghai's is 197. Okay. I mean, the tallest Disney landmark in history is, embarrassingly enough, the Epcot wand, but, you know, no one wants to remember that. I think the tallest Disney attraction is Everest, because that's 199, but Foam Wheels 200, or 160. Someone Google that. At a certain point, I don't think people remember how ridiculously difficult installing World of Color was. I mean, it took them like 2 years and $17 million, and they had so many issues, and they had to wall off the entire lagoon. I mean, that was partially because of the seating area, but World of Color installation was pretty rough, and I think as much as they wish they had altered the water level, I think there's no turning back now. I think that it's, as long as that fountain system is going to exist, it's going to run on that. I don't think they're going to change it. Pal round is 150. Okay. How tall was Maliboomer back in the day? Well, Harmonious was expensive because they had to build those stupid taco barges. And also, they spent, I think, almost $1 million on the soundtrack alone. It was the most expensive soundtrack they had ever done because they hired artists from all around the world. The Stargate, too. Stargate was expensive. Maliboomer was 185. Okay. Stargate is cool. I think the taco barges are one thing. I think the Stargate is pretty bad. You can't see what's on it unless you're at the American Adventure or World Showcase Promenade. Like, it's pretty bad. Like, I like the Harmonious soundtrack fine. I like other soundtracks better, but it's fine. That's why there's taco barges. Yeah, but there are things that are only on the Stargate that don't appear on the taco barges, so... I don't know what they spent on Mixed Tragic, but I can't imagine it was a lot. I think the thing about Grizzly and Mystic that are so special is they're the last attractions that have been based on an original story. You know, aside than like Misadventure Falls at Typhoon Lagoon, but I don't think that really counts. See Christmas tree effect from Luminari and Epcot's Lagoon. That's not a bad idea. That would be pretty cool if they did that. Although I think Disney wants to forget Luminaria was a thing they did. I feel like there's some stuff that's only on the Stargate. Like, I think some stuff in the Moana stuff. There's definitely things that I remember, like, being like, oh, I can't see what that is on the Stargate. A Disney park does have a World of Color. 2 parks have World of Color systems in their castle moats, and they are Tokyo and Paris. I don't think Shanghai does. I think Shanghai's is different, and I think Hong Kong... Hong Kong's new one might actually be World of Color. I have to look into that. La 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 la.
Is it a pretty good show from overhead?
Huh?
Is it a pretty good show from overhead?
Yeah.
It's alright.
It's not my favorite fireworks show, but, you know, it's pretty. If you stand, like, here for the back, then you'll get a good view. La 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 la. I don't know a ton about that new Space Mountain they're doing in Tokyo, but I'm excited for it. They sound... Yeah, if... They made, I think, a lot of mistakes with Harmonious, and I think that's part of the reason it's not lasting. People hate those barges. People hate those barges, and that's not just an us thing. That's like that's not just a fans thing. That's a like Joe Idaho thing. People hate those stupid barges. And that's, I think, a large reason why they're getting rid of them, and the new show isn't going to have them. Oil rigs? No, the only oil rig at Disney World is the Tree of Life. Which is, you know, actually an oil rig. That's true, by the way. I don't know if people know that, but that's true. One day, a little bit original ride coming to Disneyland. That'd be nice. I mean, we have, to be fair, Disneyland has, like, the central original rides. Like, no, there's no oil in it, but it is the Tree of Life, the structure of it, the internal structure is an oil rig. It's like, you can look that up. It's an oil rig inside of that thing. But that's it. Disneyland has, I think, some of the most iconic and most important original attractions of all time. Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain, or not Space Mountain, sorry, Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, or the Jungle Cruise. I mean, God, there's a lot. Matterhorn. I mean, yeah, Matterhorn's technically based on Third Man on the Mountain, but, like, no one remembers that movie. We have some important stuff here, and, like, yeah, I mean, we don't have anything sea-related, but, I mean, that's not our thing. What's the most expensive thing? Is Hagrid's the most expensive? I did not know Hagrid's was that expensive. Big Thunder as well, that's right, yeah. Big Thunder was original here. Tiki Room, too. I mean, God, like, the list goes on. Disneyland is, like, honestly, the place where original attractions flourish. I mean, there are other ones, too. I mean, Soarin', and, I mean, we can talk about Superstar Limo, which wasn't necessarily a good one, but it was original. I mean, it's a Small World. Everything from the World's Fair. Lincoln and Small World and Carousel of Progress. The Cosmic Rewind System. Interesting. I didn't know that. Walt Disney World has Space and Tower of Terror. That's true. Walt Disney World has more than that. Walt Disney World also has Country Bears and Rock and Roller Coaster and everything from Epcot. And Walt Disney World has a lot. I mean, Disney Sea probably has the most. But actually, no, Disney Sea is based on stuff. It's just they double tied it in. It's not like you've been to... I've not been to all the parks. I've been to here, I've been to Florida, and I've been to Paris. I've just done a lot of research on the other ones. No, Soarin' was originally here. Soarin' was an opening day thing here in 2001, and then they brought it to Epcot for the happiest celebration on Earth when it was, every resort's going to give Disney World a gift, and Disneyland's was Soarin', and it went to Epcot. Like, the gift from Paris was Lights, Motors, Action. The gift from... Oh, my God, what were the other ones? The gift from Tokyo, I think, was Magic Carpets of Aladdin. I don't remember what the... I don't think Hong Kong gave one because it was new. But that was the idea. No, Thunder was always supposed to... It depends on how you look at it. If you think of Big Thunder as originally being the Western River Expedition, then yes, it was supposed to be in Disney World first. But if you think of Big Thunder as the eventual concept that became Big Thunder Mountain, it was always supposed to open at Disneyland first. They were under construction around the same time, and that's why the Florida one opened not long after. It only opened about a year and a half later, but it was always supposed to be Disneyland first. Disney World gifted wishes to Paris. That's true. No, but there's other stuff that's... Look, there's a lot of... Florida is probably the center of original stuff. Disneyland has a lot of, like, the important stuff, but Florida has, I think, the most original stuff in its history, and that's kind of, honestly, why it's so sad they've lost so much of it. I mean, Great Movie Ride was probably the greatest attraction of all time. That and Horizons and original Spaceship Earth and World of Motion and just all these incredibly iconic experiences. Wish is where we got projections, that's true. Wish is where projection mapping started at Paris. Everett's 100 million. Hagrid's is 300 million. Cosmic Rewind is 500 million. I thought Cosmic Rewind was 250 million, and that like it got cut down a lot. Like I thought it was going to be over $1 billion, and then they cut all the animatronics and show scenes from it, and then it got eventually cut down to 250. I could be wrong about that though. Shanghai's launch site could be a whole park. I mean, it's not that big, but yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty spread out. I'm excited for that new Space Mountain. That's going to be interesting. Only bring back one. You said People Mover twice, but oh no, you just said start. Do I have to say People Mover? I mean, it's already happening. Tower Terror was supposed to be the first version that. Yeah, I remember reading that somewhere that Paris was supposed to get the crappy version of Tower first, but it got streamlined for Disneyland because DCA was having such a rough time. Imagine if WW had Shanghai's launch site. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. I mean, Disney World already has, I think, the second best. And Shanghai isn't allowed to use the launch site the way they want to, so I think that's a big detractor from its charm. They really can't use it. They did the same for Paris, because it's better to have it for special occasions and then not use it when you're not allowed to than not have one for special occasions. I think Hong Kong's the only one they built to be exactly what it was allowed to be, and that was it. Disney World Disney World, I think, uses their launch site the best. Actually, Disneyland uses their... I'll give Disneyland a lot of credit. We don't have the best launch site, but I think we use it very inventively. Paris, too, honestly. Launch site for fireworks. Disneyland has the main launch site backstage as well as the two in-park. Florida is the same thing, except their backstage launch site is bigger, and they have the perimeters... The list goes on. They're all different. They're all special in their own way. They built Hong Kong. Yeah, the land Hong Kong Disneyland sits on did not exist before that park was built. There was a lot of controversy about that, about them dredging the ocean for that park. Tokyo's the same thing. Tokyo's also on reclaimed land. I think there just wasn't a controversy about it. Or maybe there was, I don't know, and it just quelled it. Pablo, all those you named are bad. But I think for the amount of time they had, Hong Kong, I think, has definitely changed the most in its very short history. I mean, Disneyland's tore down entire lands and rebuilt them from scratch, though. So, you know, it's... I mean, honestly, though, if we're being completely serious, Hong Kong at least has kept Fantasyland and Adventureland pretty much intact. DCA has probably been the park that they've changed the most over its life, because the only thing we have left from original DCA is Hollywood Pictures backlot, and even then the attractions aren't the same. The only thing that's really not been touched is Grizzly. I mean, they're doing away with Pacific Wharf, and that was kind of the last of it. So Shanghai certainly had a lot of updates, but I think DCA takes the cake for the most. I mean, Disneyland is designed to be used every day. That's just a management thing. Fireworks to be centered at Disneyland when they view. I think Disneyland is fine. Obviously, I wish the fireworks were centered a little bit, but honestly, I kind of like that it's off to the left. It's unique. I think it's something special about our park that people don't expect. It's still better than Tokyo, where they're like drastically off to the left. No, Grizzly and Mystic don't count because those were both new. Neither does Toy Story Land or the Frozen Land. Honestly, Iron Man Experience doesn't count either because that was an addition. San Francisco retheme, they're killing my free bread, and that makes me very sad. But I understand why they're doing it. It kind of works with the theme, but it also kind of doesn't. They've pretty much given up on the California theme, and that makes me sad. But I get it. They just need to change the name of the park then, because it's not about California anymore. San Francisco, it's neither in California nor is it in Tokyo, so, nor is it in Japan rather, so it doesn't exist in either. I'm just really sad they're killing the bread. That if Ghirardelli stays, I don't really care, because Ghirardelli is the reason that I go to that land. But I'm sad about it, but I'm not like that sad. That's not the part of the park I'm fighting for if they tear it out. Was Hong Kong the first to get a Toy Story Land? It might have been. It was either you guys or Paris. I think they were around the same time. When did Hong Kong get theirs? Because I think Paris got theirs in either 2007 or 2009. I think it was 2009 actually. And then Shanghai got theirs 2017. Florida's got theirs 2018. We don't have to have that worry. The fireworks are the castle's very small. We don't have to worry about that here. Yeah, Tokyo's launch site is pretty bad. If they change it, yeah, it's not about California anymore. That's a problem that, I mean, Animal Kingdom's not really about animals anymore since they're adding Moana and, I mean, Zootopia kind of fits that, but not really. Avatar Land barely fits into that. Epcot's certainly not an experimental prototype community. They've thematically killed every park, basically. I mean, as much as I love that Beyond Big Thunder Mountain project, it doesn't really fit with the rest of Magic Kingdom, so that one's thematic. They've kind of thematically killed all 4 parks. I mean, the Villains Land kind of fits. Coco and Encanto, not really, if they're their own separate lands. Like Magic, honestly, I think Star Wars Land kind of killed Disneyland to a point, because it's not... Alex, Once Upon a Time is insane. I definitely misjudged it when I did the nighttime show ranking video. Once Upon a Time is spectacular. I mean, I personally love the idea of California Adventure. I know that there were people who didn't like it, but I think if you build a park, you stick to it. You don't just kind of give up. I mean, they already fixed this park once. They had proven that it wasn't unfixable because what they did between 2012 and 2016 was all legitimately fantastic. And when they did Guardians, at least that was a good ride, even if it didn't fit the theming really. And then everything since then's been kind of worse and worse. And then you get Avengers Campus, and it's like, oh no. The golden age of DCA is 2012 through 2016. That is the golden age of that park. It didn't get better than that. They're slowly killing it. I mean, at least the additions they made early on were good, so they can't destroy that. But it's pretty bad. Hello, Michael. Yeah, Once Upon a Time, the Tokyo version. The Florida version's pretty bad. Did I miss anything? No signal for like 10 minutes. All right, stay safe. Do you think they may be Arlo cuts in the show tonight? I don't know. It's a toss-up. I've been here when they've canceled it for less wind. I've definitely been here when it's gone with more wind. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting them to cancel it mid-show last night. It didn't get super windy, but Paris was 1 year earlier than Hong Kong to get a Toy Story Land. Paris was 2010. Hong Kong didn't get theirs till 2011? I thought it was earlier. I think Florida's is fine. Can you tweet a list of your must-see Disney spectaculars? Maybe. We'll see about that. I have a video where I talk about the best nighttime spectaculars of all time. You can just watch that. A good nighttime spectacular is good from all angles, and I truly believe that. So, I don't think there is a bad video of Illuminations out there. I don't think... Well, there probably is a bad video of Happily. Happily is the exception. Galaxy's Edge doesn't belong in Disneyland. It's a literal war zone in this place that's supposed to be... Oh, there's Fantasmic. It's a literal war zone in this place that's supposed to be the Fantastic made real. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Nowhere in there does it say, hey, we're going to put you in an actual war zone. I think that kind of thematically killed Disneyland, but they did a good enough job of separating it from the park itself that it works. Show us Fantasmic. I am showing you Fantasmic. Illuminations. I don't think Illuminations had bad spots. If you were anywhere around that lagoon, you could see that show. Assuming you weren't blocked by the, 3 things they had blocking that lagoon, I think you were fine. As long as you weren't standing behind San Angel, American Gardens Theater, or that one Morocco restaurant that I don't... Is it Spice Road Table? Is that the one? I think we're after the dragon. I think we're at the finale now. That green flash is defeating the dragon, so... Momentous is high A or low S tier. It's very, very good. I will say, I've said this before, I will say it again, and it has one more week to be this. Momentous is the best nighttime spectacular in the world until the Disneyland seasonal shows come back. So you've got 6 more days where Momentous is the best nighttime show in the world, and then World of Color comes back, and then all bets are off. Harmonious is C tier, Enchantment is F tier. Enchantment is honestly... It's between Rivers of Light, We Are One, and Mixed Magic. I think Mixed Magic is better than Enchantment. Yeah, of course, not exact rankings, but that's what I would say is Momentous is high A or early S, and then Harmonious is C, if not B. Harmonious is actually probably B tier. I like Harmonious a lot. And then Enchantment is F. Enchantment is probably like the 4th worst. What would you say about a copy of Momentous? I'd say wait till January 27th is what I'd say. And that's where I'm going to leave that. Project on the back of the castle. Yeah, I think everyone wishes that. Magic Kingdom has an issue where it doesn't have a lot of things it can project on beyond the castle. Disneyland gets lucky because you have Fantasmic water screens and It's a Small World and the Matterhorn. Florida doesn't have that luxury. Yeah, somehow F+. Mixed Magic is somehow not the worst nighttime show in the world anymore, which is horrifying to me. Oh, that's the end of Fantasmic. This You can't see as much of it as I thought you were going to be able to, but you can see some of it. The Main Street projections in Florida are also bad. Like, maybe they'll fix them. I don't know. But as of right now, they're not good. They don't save enchantment. They make it worse. Could the water screens be added to Rivers of America? If they wanted them to be, but I don't think they're going to because money. They don't need them. Like, the park does fine without them. I don't think... Disney World has made it clear recently they're not going to spend any money on anything they don't absolutely have to. All right. Well, that's Fantasmic. Now let's get ready for the worst Disneyland fireworks show of all time. Three minutes till fireworks. Fantasmic hasn't started on time pretty much this entire season, and that always pushes fireworks back. So it might not be exactly 9:30. Because they wait till the Fantasmic exit music is done to play fireworks. And usually a couple minutes after that.
Oh my god, I know this one.
I'm gonna also unplug the phone, I think, so that you guys can maybe get a better view. Because I'm gonna... Oh my god. Nope, that'll drop the phone. Let me see if I can raise the tripod at all. Hold on. I don't think I'm going to. I think it has to be like this. Well, if we can't see the show, I'll tilt the tripod slightly, but hopefully we'll be good. Fingers crossed, because I don't think the pyro is ridiculously high, but we'll see. Once you parks currently do Main Street projections. Hong Kong has them. I don't think they use them for Momentous, but Hong Kong has them. The only show at Disneyland you've seen is Mixed Magic. I'm so sorry. It's not about seeing the fireworks. That'll be fine. It's a matter of if the angle is going to be messed up because my camera only tilts up so far and I'm not on the 6th floor of Mickey and Friends to make that easier. But if I have to tilt the tripod back slightly, so be it. That's fine. Halloween Screams in Disneyland. Yeah, those are pretty good. I think the angle will be fine. Either way, we'll figure it out. Halloween Screams isn't my favorite show, but it's not bad. Can you see fireworks from DCA? Yeah, you usually can.
Like when I watch it in the park, last time I watched it, we were like going crazy.
Someone behind me says this show is good. I feel bad for them. Back in 10 minutes. The show's going to be over in 10 minutes. It's very short. So that our Halloween Screams. Oh, Hollow Wishes for sure. I adore Hollow Wishes. Hollow Wishes was, even after they cut it down, it was still a much more coherent show. I don't like Together Forever. I think it's pretty bad. Together Forever was them trying to see if they could get away with a budget show, and then Mixed Magic is the fruits of that labor. So make of that what you will. A Mickey balloon, yes. People who spent $17 on a piece of inflatable rubber that'll not see those balloons in person. Yeah. I think I bought one. No, I've never bought a Mickey balloon because I was at the D23 where they gave them out. And I was like, this is cool. And then I was like, okay, that's it. I don't need to spend $17 on them anymore. Past midnight, so I might go for a minute. That's totally fine. I appreciate you for sticking around this long, but I never bought one either. I was never given one either. I just got lucky at that one D23 Expo where they gave out millions of them for some reason. When it start, any second now. It's a matter of Fantasmic's exit music ending. That's kind of what it is. Indiana Jones. Oh, Indiana Jones. Oh, here we go. They don't play it out here.
They don't play it out here?
If you pull up the soundtrack,
Wait, how do I find that?
go to YouTube.
Oh my god.
Get excited. I hear you say MICKEYMOUSE. Hey, come on everybody, get your ears on that one. It's a good time. Oh yeah, we're gonna dance all night. It's a good time. To the east, yeah, rockin' to the west, yeah. Celebrate, yeah, party with the best friends. Good. That's pretty close. Nope.
I feel like that's pretty good.
It's close, maybe a few seconds off. But
Okay, that's perfect.
yeah, of course.
so much.
Yeah, of course. Wah, 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 wah. Everybody wants to be a cat. Hallelujah, everybody, ta-da, everybody wants to be a cat. Might be a few seconds off.
Okay, it's perfect though.
Okay.
It's fine. I got it.
All right. Yay, overstocked holiday pyro. Cat. Oh, that. Time. On sale today. Why am I singing the soundtrack? Any soundtrack is better than no soundtrack, in my opinion, even if it is Mickey's Mix Magic. You don't want to hear, how about a little more baklava like 7 times? Life is a restaurant. Life is a Life. Mr. Aladdin, sir, how about a little more baklava? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Friend like me. Ho ho ho. The lamp. Jeez, where'd you dig this bozo up? Welcome, foolish mortals, to the haunted village. Oh no, I think Mixed Magic is a better show than Disney Enchantment, absolutely. Oh, here's the one good part of the show. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care. Let it go, let it go. Oh. Here I stand in rain. Cool. Bum 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 banana na 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 na. Sorry, it's a party and I know I don't need anybody to get me started now. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, and I know it's just open to everybody. Got a feeling. We throw our hands in the air, find each other outside. There's a party in here. We got a feeling, baby, it's the love in the air. Cause we've been around the world just to find it in here. Get ready to party. We won't be late. Let's get it started, cause we just can't wait, can't wait. 'Cause you're excited. Let me hear you say MINNIEMOUSE. Hey, come on everybody, get your ears on. It's a good time. Oh yeah, we're gonna dance all night. It's a good time. To the east, yeah, rock it to the west, yeah. Celebrate, yeah, party with the best, yeah. Everybody get your ears on. It's a good time. Let me hear you. Come on everybody, get your ears on. It's a good time. Oh yeah, we're gonna dance all night. It's a good time. To the east, yeah, rock it to the west, yeah. Celebrate, yeah, party with the best, yeah. Come on everybody, get your ears on. It's a good time. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, we're gonna dance all night. It's a good time. Now I'm gonna run to the trams. God, that's not good. It's okay. The phone dropped, but it's okay. Oh my God. Everyone okay there? Sorry if you got whiplash. Now let's run to the trams before they get an amazingly long line. And I can just do a little like outro. What is it? Easy range. We good? Good. So that was a little chat and Mickey's Mix Magic Fireworks Spectacular with fireworks. All right. I think we might leave it for the evening there, and I'm going to make sure my phone still works. Happy bonfire night from the UK, 4:45 in the morning. Go to bed. It's Mickey's Mix Magic. If it was Believe, I would stay up. But a bit bruised. It's okay, so is my phone. Read your joke. Which was your joke? How does Rise still have an hour wait time? Because it's Rise. Okay. I think everyone's headed out, so may as well say goodbye. Hope you all enjoyed. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Your subscriptions will help me pay for a new phone. If you enjoyed it, we have Instagram and Twitter. Follow that. That'll be in the description of this later after I upload it. If you're watching this later. If not, it's on the channel. Just go there. Hope you all enjoyed. Ring the bell icon so you get notified when we go live or upload a new video. And yeah, have a great big... Wait. Yeah, have a great... God, I can't remember my outro. Have a great big beautiful day. And remember, tomorrow's just a dream away. Stay safe, everyone.